Now, if you're going to be getting the mirror on there, it's probably better to just do it through the front.
Tell us what we're seeing, Rebecca.
Well, we're coming into a short section of the Margaret River where we have to drive through. It's quite stony.
This is an example of some of the roads you travel
to get to Nakuru, yes. And sometimes there's water in this river. It's usually there's springs right underneath. So oftentimes the people will dig down here. Sometimes there is water in it, but today it's just a little dampness. So it's a bit of a stretch here that we actually are driving through the riverbed itself.
Examples of some of the early roads you had to drive as well.
Yes, and this one has been improved a bit. But every time after it rains, we usually have to stop here and we've got to readjust the stones so that we can pass. Now, some huge stones you can see here in the river. So now this is just a smoother part of the river. And then we climb out of it over here on the side. Sometimes that can be a little bit treacherous as well because it's beginning to wash away. So now we're coming up out of the river. And you're just barely going above 0 kilometers an hour, probably 1 to 2 kilometers an hour. That's all you can manage. Anything else would be very rough. So there we go. Reach the top. Mike and Bee and David, you won't believe this, but this is on the road between Kinyang and Rotu. We now have 18 kilometers of tarmac road. Once we get to Rotu, it's tarmac, the old tarmac, but it's all pothole. This is only about 6 months old. So it's very nice to be driving on.
Yes, that's probably rough.
Yeah.
Turn on both.
Okay, Jesus. This is the part I don't like. The rainy season. This is Rotu Missions. This is the sign for Rotu Mission. There's the road going to Barpelo. And this is the road up to the mission. On the hill, the first thing you see is the roundhouse. And you see the other house, and the carport. Welcome to Rotu Catholic Mission. This is where, this is the kind of the hub of the mission. This is our main house. It's the kitchen, dining room, sitting room. And also you see the chairs on the veranda. People come sit here when they're coming to chat to us. Also there's a container of water, this yellow, we call it a jerry can. And there's some cups hanging on the wall. Most people come up here, they want to drink water, so this is kind of like the the watering hole. Everybody just comes up and gets a drink of water. When the jerry can is empty, they either come and tell me, or I always often stop by and check it and refill it. Over here, off to this side over here, is where we sit in the evenings. We do most of our cooking outside in this fire pit, and this is our grill that we put on top. So it saves fuel for us because we have a lot of dead wood here in the area. So we just build our fire here, we sit out here and have a nice social time.
It was kind of a food for work project.
This
right?
it was Sean's nephew and his wife, Cormac and Breed McGovern, are the ones that built this for us just a couple of months ago. Prior to that, we were just using stones. And then this is our firewood. So this is our evening social area. This is where we spend most of our evenings after dark.
You want to point out your most recent acquisition?
My most recent acquisition came up last night. Kay is sitting on it. When Margaret and I were coming down off the hill, we spied this piece of wood, and it looked it spoke to us. So we brought it down here, and Kay's discovered that it's got a nice chair on it at the back.
Works well.
So we haven't decided exactly what we're going to do, how we're going to put some design around it, but I like to pick up different bits and pieces of wood and put flowers in it, or just landscape a bit with whatever's in the area. Now, you want to on the veranda, I have a variety of my herbs that I use for cooking. I have sweet basil, coriander, garlic chives, and parsley. And I use this in my daily cooking. I keep them up here to keep the goats from eating them, because otherwise anything that's out on the ground, the goats will eat. But they don't eat marigolds, which I've discovered. Geraniums they'll only eat when it's extremely bad time. There's no other vegetation. So I managed to get my marigolds going. So if you come around here, this is just the walk around to the back side of the mission where our bedrooms are. It's a raised keyhole garden. I got the design from my cousins Mark and Olivia Blanchard, and they had gotten it from the Texas Co-op magazine, and it works really well. It's a raised bed. It's not looking in such good condition now because of we're having trouble with the rains and everything. But in here we've got tomatoes, spinach, Swiss chard, bell peppers, and some coriander, and then I've planted a few marigolds to help keep the insects away. And it's enough for Sean and myself that we have fresh vegetables. And then you'll see around the trees, we have some trees planted here, and around them these are traditional fencing. They're just sticks woven together, and we use that to keep the goats and the camels, to protect the trees so they don't get eaten up. And then out over here, this first roundhouse here is my bedroom.
I like the women's touch of the plants on the front porch.
Yes, Sean had this big one on his, but he just couldn't keep it. He said it wasn't growing for him, so he gave it back over to me.
And another good use of the native wood in the front is your hanging basket.
That's my hanging basket. I'll give you a glimpse into my abode. That's okay, no. Oh. This is my bedroom. I'm getting ready to go on safari tomorrow, so I have my bags out here. I need to put them into the truck. Again, everything solar lighting and plenty of breeze. The windows are low down, so there's plenty of cross breeze.
And as part of our Food for Work program, Margaret and I painted these 3 buildings.
Yes, these buildings have been up here since 2002. December of 2002 they were completed, and the inside walls hadn't been repainted, so Margaret and Kay did that for me. Very nice of them. You ready? As we come into the house, over here we have a thermometer that we do daily temperatures of the highs and lows, so we keep that. And for this past 3 months, the highs have been 38, the average high is 38, and the average low is 21. And this is Celsius. I can't figure right now what that is in Fahrenheit. Okay, as you come in, this is off on the right hand side is our sitting room. And then as you move around the room, our kitchen, dining room. And there,
Showing the cute light fixture too, Margaret.
Then the refrigerator is run off of solar. Our electricity is all solar. We charge telephones for the community. For those few people it's usually the young men that have the telephones, and there's some areas of network around, and so we charge telephones for a fee of 20 shillings to do a full charge. And this little object over here is now we use it to kind of keep junk in, but when I first came to the mission we didn't have any running water and no sinks or anything else like that. These 3 houses were originally just shells, and then as the years have gone by we have filled them out and put water in, put electricity and everything. So this was our it's a big gourd, and I fixed it up, I waterproofed it, and this was my sink, my wash basin in my bedroom. I should have probably gotten this. Down here we are in the process of building a store for our equipment, for the tractor, any like leftover building materials. We now have a welder, we have a generator, a compressor for repairing, doing puncture repairs on our vehicles and things like that. So we need a place to store all of this. The little tiny round silver store was my original store that I brought up here in 2006, but it was getting a bit small, so we needed something bigger. And then in the center room we have left ourselves a little storage room for just Sean and myself to put like our suitcases, our cold boxes and things, because when we go down to Nakuru to shop, we have to bring everything back in cold boxes.
And a cold box is an ice chest,
An ice
basically,
chest,
for
sorry.
Americans.
Yes. Know that you're.
Yeah.
Off up over here under this tree as we're walking up from the washstand, and next to the carport is a grinding stone that we've mounted up with a bicycle chain, and the people will come here and sharpen their pangas. They're what we call pangas here, what you would call machetes in the States. And they use these quite a bit for everything, for cutting all kinds of things. So it's just a service for the community that they've got a grinding stone. So what they do is just run it by hand and I don't know what you call it, spin the thing,
Yeah.
and one person spins and the other one has his thing there, and it's just a big grinding stone on there. So these are young men standing around with their pangas. I'm sure they'll start sharpening their pangas after a while.
Now, today people gather also because Tuesdays and Fridays are
Our food for work. This time right now we're having a bit of a drought. Our rains have failed; they haven't come, and so we have food we have bought, which in particular is maize meal, which would be cornmeal in the States, what would be called cornmeal, and
Also dried vegetables, dehydrated dried vegetables, beans, salt, and oil, cooking fat. And so when people come to work, they are paid then. They only work about half the day because we know that they have responsibilities in the afternoon with their animals and things, and some live far away. So they come and ask for work.
And some of the types of work?
So working at the moment, we're doing a lot of road repair because the roads need constant maintenance and upkeep. So we've got a couple of places that are washed very badly. So they're starting on that. Also, someone will come here today to finish fixing this French drain. We also have various things at the school, different like cleaning the compound so that the children have a good playground, things like that. So it's just whatever is needed in the community, and the idea is that we're not kind of preserving the dignity of the people because we're just not handing out food. They're working and they're improving the community and developing the community. So there are a lot of people that will come today to gather, looking for work. Not all will be so lucky as to get it, but because it's limited. But we try to be fair in who we choose to do the work for the day.
That's good.
Chamanin Koyareng. Ayun. Chamanin Merkit. Chaparaya Nati Karen.
Rebecca is calling their names, and they are lining up for the Food for Work program. So as she calls their names, they head to the truck, and then these will be the ones who do the Food for Work.
Our morning in Rotu starts with morning mass and our small little chapel here that's perched on the side of the hill overlooking the mountain that kind of sits the You ready?
Go.
What I'm showing you now is an important part of our lives. This is the toilet. It's an outdoor pit latrine, which is basically just a big hole and everything drops down inside. But this one is different in that it's called a VIP, Ventilated Improved Pit Latrine. And you'll see a vent pipe going up. That is halfway down the hole inside the toilet. And then there's mosquito wire up on the top of the vent pipe. And if you'll come around here, I'll open the toilet for you so you can see. The toilet lid is always kept closed with the idea that it is very dark down there. So if any flies or bugs, insects do get down inside the toilet, they're always drawn to the light. So they'll go up to the top of that pipe, okay? And then because the mosquito wire is there, they can't get out. So they're not spreading germs or anything. And then the other thing is that vent takes the smell out and up into the upper layers of the air, so it doesn't smell so bad. And anyway, we built this special. It's got a nice design, a nice dome design like this, so you never have to scrub your toilet on the inside. Also, this was made out of just sand, burlap sacking. It's stretched over a frame, and then it was plastered. And then the frame was removed, and it's a catonic arch, so it holds itself together. And this thing was built about 5 or 6 years ago, and it's still standing very well. So it doesn't take a lot of money to make, and it works nicely. So if you'd like to to go in and take some better pictures of our little design here. While we're at it, can you also give us a little quick tour of the shower?
Wait.
Second most important
Yeah, I've stopped recording.
area that is very important to us is our shower. Keeps us clean because it is very dirty up here, the dust and everything. So at the end of each day, we enjoy a nice shower. Up on top of the roof of the guest house is a solar water heater. And so water is heated during the day via a panel. It's kept in a big insulated drum. And then, so at night we have nice warm water. So if you follow me, I'll show you the shower. Oh my God. Do you want to just come in with this?
Mm-hmm.
I understand this is made of just local trees, local branches, some small saplings, all woven together. And I understand this is a new design in the States, so we actually are ahead of you guys with the snail design, so you don't have to have a door. So you just come in. Here is a rack that we built so you can hang your towel and your clothes and things on while you're taking a shower. Over here, I don't have the key, but inside this box are the taps. Because this is an outdoor shower, we don't want everybody else coming to take showers here. So we have a lock on the tap up here and one over here. And we have shelves here for putting your supplies and things. And you just stand under here and take a nice warm shower. And the beauty of this little place is that you never have to scrub the shower. We have a little broom here that we sweep in case the pods and the leaves from the tree come down. We can just sweep them away. But it's very nice taking a shower out in the open. And as I said, the advantage is you never have to scrub your shower. So we did a little decoration here so you don't feel like you're totally enclosed. We have some flowers painted on. This is just burlap sacking so that people can't see to whoever who is in here taking a shower. A simple design works well for us, and it's biodegradable. Here is our wash stand for washing clothes. Talk a little louder, Rebecca. This is our wash stand for washing clothes. Inside this box is a tap and with a little hose pipe so you can fill your basin with water and everything. And then it drains down here into a French drain. Okay? So then the water from there goes down to a tree that we planted over there. We're trying to grow an avocado tree, and we know it needs a lot of water, so any leftover water goes down this trench. We're redoing it at the moment, so you'll see part of it is open. We're going to put more stones and things in there. A section already has the stones in it, but this is where we wash our clothes. Everything is done by hand. We have no washing machines because we have no electricity up here, except for solar. So, and we have plenty of solar power, and there's our clothesline, just off here to the edge. So we hang our clothes. It does not take very long to dry because the sun is very hot here, so if you put the clothes on in about mid-morning, by mid-afternoon or early afternoon, they're already dry.
Okay, this is the guest house that Rebecca had built, Rebecca and Sean, to house their guests that come visiting, which has been our home for the last several weeks that we've been here. They provided us with a veranda to sit on and chairs. Up on top, as Rebecca had pointed out before, is the solar water heater that heats our showers that we take each evening. And if you want to come inside, I'm just going to follow up onto and give you a view of some of the rooms. Margaret and I are sharing this room. We have mosquito nets to use, although most of the time there aren't many mosquitoes up here, so they're not really necessary. We've been provided with bedside lamps. We have over the bed lamps, all thanks to solar power. And she issued us a set of keys that go to the shower stall, so that each evening the first person there gets to unlock it, and there are padlocks on the thing so that the people can't get in, let the water run. We have a lavatory in our room, and there's a bank of batteries which stores the power for the solar. She also even provided us with reading, but one of the Fundis came and captured most of the library, as he is enjoying reading the John Grisham books. The second room is Hunter's room that he's using currently. So each of the rooms can house 2 people. And the big basket is an example of one of the ladies that Rebecca knows in another village does this basket work. So she had her make these for laundry hampers. And I think the artwork that she's put up is by some local artist as well. And she also has some ebony, in this case, I think that's a Cape buffalo, correct, Hunter?
Yes.
As part of the decor of the room. This is also the room that they use for charging stations. We've used it to charge our Kindles and our cameras. And I think when guests are not here, they have the computers set up here to do that. Okay, you're off. Okay, now we're going to go down to the clinic where Rebecca treats patients. These steps that we're going down were added by the Fundi, or workers, so that it makes it easier to get down here. Kind of gives you an idea of the hills you have to walk around up here. All of the bricks were handmade by the Fundis using the form that they created. They basically make cement blocks. Is the water that supplies the whole area. And the clinic that you're going to be seeing now is a dispensary. This is Rebecca's means of transportation as she goes around her area in the short area. And the health nurse also has a vehicle that he uses, the government health nurse. Stop the video and then Rebecca can pick it up. Okay, Rebecca is treating a patient now, and they've given us permission to go in and take some pictures. Evidently there's a mother here with a baby.
So kami nasema, Rebecca nasema ne, rosa picha, so akonga, topa, akonga, sasita, mami manon, akonga nanga, okay? Kafanya hivi. Chico, gimana? Okay. Sabas, makan ini. Okay, bas. Ayah.
Nama sih.
Pole.
Kayak beri sih.
Okay.
Hah? Weh.
I'm coming back. I need to watch this. This child came in with vomiting and diarrhea. I'm suspecting she has giardiasis, which is a parasite. But she just is very thirsty, so we're giving her oral rehydration because of the diarrhea and stuff. And you can see how she's drinking it.
And the oral
Drinking it up.
rehydration is similar
Is
to Pedialyte.
what y'all would have Pedialyte at home. It's sugar and salt, and we have it prepackaged, and it's in 500 for a 500 ml bottle. So these old Sprite bottles, we recycle them and use them because they're perfect for that. And it's easy to. We just tell the moms 1 packet of this. When this bottle finishes, she uses another packet and fills it up with good clean water. And you can see this little child just had a spell of vomiting, and so now she's drinking her water. Okay. Nitosha, huh? Mami niya ka? Bas.
Reaching for more.
Okay. All right, so, okay. Now, kanapite.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop.
Yep.
This is our hostel. It's called the Rotu Community Hostel. We need a place for our staff and teachers and them to stay. So we have created a rental house. This actually belongs to the health unit. It's income generating for the health unit. So
And what's the antenna on top?
it is an antenna
For
for a radio signal. So you can get if you have your radio on, you put a piece of wire to the antenna so you get better reception.
Like the old TV antenna.
Yes. Now, as we come in, today is Chepakopil's cleaning day. Chepakopil comes in once a week, and she makes sure the hostel stays clean. She mops the floors and cleans up a bit. We expect our people to keep it clean, but she continues once a week to make sure it stays clean. Okay, so if you come in, this in here is one big long room. There's a sitting room. Here's the dining area off here. And then there's the kitchen back there. And this is a shared room. Whoever stays here shares this particular part of the facility, although they each have their individual rooms. Are you off? We're typical peel. Okay. So this is July 14th, 2014. And this is my shop, the service to the community, because there are no shops within to purchase things, supplies, sugar, tea, things like that, various things. There's nothing here. And the closest one is about 20 kilometers away. So I have a shop.
And what do they call the shop in Pocot?
The Duca. It's the Duca. So I call it Reb's Cash and Carry, because you have to have cash if you're going to carry. No debts. What do you need? Sabuni ode, lollipop chili. Okay. Okay, this young man has asked for bars of soap and lollipops. Lollipops are a big hit in this area, and people don't have much sugar in their diet. So okay, kanakite. Sabuni ni ishirini. Ishirini. Aha. Nataka ne? Yo. Ah? Sabuni au chumvi? Chumvi. Akonga au day? Akonga? Aya. Sawa. Okay, chumvi is salt. This little lady just bought salt. Now, actually, this is
our storage room for food, for when we have food for work and things. But I have moved the shop down here, so part of the shop is, part of the building is for the shop, and then the other part is for food. And if you'll look over here, this is all we have left. This is 2 weeks ago we brought up a lot of food, but this is a time when there's drought, and we've been doing a lot of food for work. So with these over here, you see this big area. 2 weeks ago it was full of 5 kilo bags of maize meal, but it's all finished now. And tomorrow probably the rest of this will go. We have some more food for work tomorrow. People are coming, and we're just really trying to help the community out because this is a very dry time of the year. And what we're selling over here, there's sugar, different 1 kilo. This is a half kilo, and then this is a quarter kilo. And then soap. This is soap that they use for washing their dishes, washing their clothes. Okay. Then here, this is tea leaves. So normally when they buy a kilo of sugar, they'll buy a 50 kilogram of tea leaves. Huh? Mi amor Salicini. Okay, so now where else are we? Oh, we sell torches, okay, with flashlights, what you guys call flashlights. Taman samak. Those are batteries for the torches. Mi amor tamanangwan. That's 180 shillings. Away. Bas, no aga ni tatu. Yeah. She get a picture of him. Huh? It's Miyatatu. 300 shillings. Miyatatu arobaini ngokona. Ni torch din. Away. Ngokona. Ni mawe kongo bule.
Kita po galano. Kalau gal with gango. Kegonanan. Atama weekend. Kemana sih? Ke.
Ba, sini karam. Weekend. Ha? Weekend.
Ya. Ini.
Mami ne. Okay. So anyway, we have a variety of things that we sell to the community. And even down here, these are seeds, okay, for planting. It's for corn that grows within 3 months, that it matures within 3 months. But again, this year we've had drought. He ode kwa kona. Awe. Nataka? Konande hamsini. Hai, onoru pia.
These children are standard 2.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Father.
How are you today?
We are well, Father.
What class are you in? Are you in standard 2 or 3?
3.
3.
And 2. And 2.
Huh?
3 and 2.
3 and 2. Very good. Very good. Now,
So you have three grades here total in
we
the school?
have 3 primary school classes
Okay.
and 1 nursery class. 1 nursery class, there for the very small children.
Okay.
Now, when we came here in 2011, I came with Rebecca to stay here in Rotu. We found that not one person in the parish could read or write. And one girl knew basic Swahili, the national language. Huh? 1. And she had reached the glorious academic qualification of Standard 2 in a neighbouring school. So,
Welcome to the Cathedral of Rotu. And over here is the cathedral.
You're filming? This is how the community gathers for Sunday morning Mass. We have daily Mass in the chapel, but on Sundays the community comes together in what is known as the cathedral. And behind this area will be the new church. And later, Hunter may be able to get some of that for the classes.
And some people think churches are small around America. Look how small this cathedral is. So, down the road from the cathedral, we have the new layout for the church. Let's go check it out. So, it looks to be going to look like a fairly big church. And you get a good sight of Muka, the tallest mountain in the area. And you're on top of a hill. All in all, it's pretty nice.
I wanted to share a story about the first Mass that we attended with the Pocot community. One of the members got up and spoke. He has 4 or 5 wives, and Father had just given a homily on the scripture of the mustard seed. And he stood up and asked, he says, "God is great always. Brethrens, all have been said about the kingdom of God, but human beings don't take seriously. Every Sunday we're going to church, we receive the preaching, but we are not applying. For example, today's preaching is about the parable of the mustard seed. Some people here are taking the way it is, but the parable requires us to think critically about it. Let us not take it to be a normal tree, but to be the Word of God, which Father Sean is preaching to us every Sunday. Let it grow the way that tree of mustard seed grow and become taller than all the trees. Let us be good example to others, so that we may bring others to church. As Jesus said that He is the light of the world, let us also emulate Him and be the light of others in the way of faith. Like the tree of the mustard seed, let us unite and put our efforts together, especially in preaching the Word of God to all people in our neighborhood. For these few remarks, thank you, and may God bless you always. So to me, this spoke that Rebecca and Sean's work is being successful. When I arrived on our first day, I felt that we had, as Scripture said, reached the end of the world, and they are taking God's message to the ends of the world, to these people.